Today, what business in Berkshire Hathaway may be most at risk with AI?
Well, that's a wonderful question. The problem is I really don't know anything about AI, but
AI 시대를 향한 질문은 한 명의 변호사로부터 시작됩니다. 그리고 그녀의 유쾌한 한마디가 버핏의 입을 열게 만들었습니다.
Good afternoon. My name is Caroline, and I'm a lawyer in San Diego.
I'm
Please
already
don't
in
hold that
trouble.
against me. Remember, Mr. Munger was once an attorney, too.
Right.
First, I'd like to sincerely thank you, Mr. Buffett, for your business integrity, tireless leadership, and generous contribution to philanthropy. My question for the distinguished panel of two is, now that the AI genie is out of the bottle, as someone astutely put it earlier today, what business in Berkshire Hathaway may be most at risk with AI?
Well, that's a wonderful question. The problem is I really don't know anything about AI, but obviously, anything that's labor intensive and that it can create an enormous amount of leisure time. Now, what the world does with leisure time is another question. Whether more leisure time, I know an awful lot of people think when they go to work at first that what they want is leisure time, and what I like is actually having more problems to solve. But AI is profound, and I mean, that's what makes it. It makes it a genie, is what can happen. I could tell a few genie jokes, but I better not. But
I guess, Warren, we probably
I don't know what, in terms of our businesses, they'll figure things out. I mean, we've got smart people, and it's obviously, if it's used in a pro-social way, it's got terrific benefits to society. But I don't know how you make sure that that's what happens any more than I know how to be sure that when you use two atomic bombs in World War II, that you knew that you hadn't created something that could destroy the world later on.
Yeah.
버핏은 걱정합니다. AI가 요술램프 속의 지니가 될지, 아니면 원자폭탄처럼 인류를 위협하는 무기가 될지 아직 아무도 모른다고.
Yeah, I think when we think of AI at a lot of the business units, I mean, we're truly, Warren, trying to think, how does it make us more efficient, more effective? I mean, it results in more idle time, and we're probably not thinking of the iterative AI where we're looking at very specific processes where our people can implement it, and either at times it displaces the labor, but then hopefully there's other opportunities for them within the business. But I think, when you think of all our businesses, I mean, we do have a heavy labor workforce in a lot of them, but I think at the stage we're at as a company, and maybe where it's at right now, it's really around how do we do things more effective, more efficiently, more safely if it involves dangerous processes. So we're early innings.
John Maynard Keynes was just wonderful to read, and incredible mind. But in around the time I was born, he wrote a book about what could happen. I don't know whether it was in the next 100 years or whatever, and he predicted correctly that output per capita would grow at this incredible rate that it has. But in terms of speculating as what people would do with that, I mean, this guy was unbelievably smart, but it hasn't developed exactly the way he predicted. He was right about what was going to go into the equation, but he didn't have it figured out exactly what would be the result. So it is really, well, we didn't know when we were developing the bomb that there would probably be, as very soon, 9 countries, 3 of whom we should worry about plenty, that will have what they have, but we didn't really have any choice. And you could have had all kinds of papers written on it and everything else, but we were going to do it anyway. We needed to do it. And if you haven't read it, it's fascinating to go to Google and read the letter by Leo Szilard and Albert Einstein to President Roosevelt, written about a month before, almost exactly a month before Germany or Hitler moved into Poland, and it laid out, well, Leo Szilard knew what was going to happen, or had a good hunch of what was going to happen in terms of nuclear bomb development, and he couldn't get through to Roosevelt, but he knew that a letter signed by Albert Einstein would. So it's probably the most important letter ever written, and you can read it, which is just fascinating to me. But that started the Manhattan Project. That started, it just, everything flowed out of it. And like, I'll bet anything that Roosevelt didn't understand it, but he understood that Albert Einstein just sent a letter, and he probably knew what he was talking about, and he better start the Manhattan Project. It's just unbelievable what happens in this world. Anyway.
AI는 인간이 만든 도구입니다. 하지만 그 도구는 만들 때보다 사용할 때 더 큰 시험이 됩니다. 우리는 이제 선택해야 합니다. 기술이 인류를 밝히는 진이가 될지, 빗나간 예측의 핵폭탄이 될지를. 워런 버핏의 경고는 미래를 예측하는 말이 아닙니다. 우리가 더 나은 선택을 하길 바라는 간절한 기도입니다. 이 영상이 마음에 와닿았다면 댓글로 여러분의 AI에 대한 생각을 남겨주세요. 그 글 한 문장이 우리의 미래를 바꿉니다. 당신은 슬기로운 부자 생활과 함께 부자의 길을 걷고 있습니다. 지혜는 나눌수록 커지고 통찰은 연결될수록 빛납니다. 구독과 좋아요는 단지 클릭이 아닙니다. 더 나은 세상을 향한 연결입니다. 성공한 당신의 삶을 응원합니다. 오늘도 슬기로운 하루 되세요. 감사합니다.